favorite thing to make around the holiday season are these chewy Gingersnap cookies. Being a chef, I had to create the perfect recipe for the season. They have everything and more. They are the perfect gift for anyone, and my family loves to make them. I hope you enjoyed this recipe on All Indiana.
I love that girl. She's so adorable. That's my niece, Chef Grace. You guys, she makes award-winning recipes. She's absolutely incredible. And like she said, whenever she makes this, she gets lots of requests. So I'm excited to share it with you. And I've got to share something else with you. I'm kicking off something new today called From Our Family to Yours. So what I want you to do is give me like your family's favorite unique recipe and then share with me a quick video of why your family likes it. And I'm going to make it for the audience on All Indiana because, you know, we can't do a lot of cooking for each other these days, but we can still share our favorite recipes. And you guys know me, my favorite place to be is in the kitchen, cooking for people I love. So I'm glad I get to share this recipe of hers with you today. It starts off with a stick of butter. Amber, somebody came in the studio, one of our news production guys, and he goes, Annessa, those cookies look amazing. He said, but they're probably healthy. And I said, Joe, actually, nothing about them is how they're completely unhealthy. He goes, oh, I might have one then. I was like, okay, more power to you, right?
Absolutely.
So these are not healthy, but boy, are they delicious. And they're like a bite of the holidays.
Sometimes, Annessa, I feel like you need that. If you're going to have cookies, girl, have some cookies.
Do it right. Do it the right. Go big or go home, right?
I think so, too. And I love ginger snaps, so I'm looking forward to this recipe for sure.
It just warms, you know, the bite of ginger and cloves, and you'll see all the spices that are in here just warm you up inside.
Absolutely.
So Grace wanted me to make sure that you know that you need to beat that softened butter for a full minute because that's part of what makes these so chewy. So we've got the full recipe for you on our website, and then I just put in a cup of sugar, and here's part of the magic: 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract. Make sure you use the pure stuff if you can. And then 1/4 a cup of molasses. You say slower than molasses. See how slow this stuff comes out? It's thick, it's dark, it's rich. It's actually, this stuff's really nutritious. It's filled with vitamins and minerals. It's like the purest form of sugar. So you want to.
It's nice to get like those natural, I guess, more natural ingredients. I use honey a lot with different things as well, just to sweeten it up a little bit.
Yeah, especially when you have kids too. Those are good sweeteners to use. Okay, an egg.
So 1 egg.
Then we're going to set this aside, mix the dry ingredients, which I don't usually do in my kitchen. I just throw everything together in one bowl. But she's a chef. We're going to do it her way.
This was a hard lesson that I had to learn as a kid because I put
serious?
everything in together, and I didn't know you're supposed to do that first.
Baking is a science. Yes, that's right. Cooking's an art. Baking is a science. So a teaspoon of baking soda, and then I'm just going to start throwing the spices in. So you guys have the measurements of these. We're using a whopping a lot of ginger, like 2½ teaspoons, which is a good amount because we want all that warmth that ginger brings, as well as cloves. Cloves are like a hug in a bottle. Like they're just, do you know what I mean?
Cute.
They give the smell of them. You only need a little bit.
And I'm telling you what, Annessa, how good is your house going to smell?
Yes. I was making them this morning, and everybody was like, I mean, there's several people in my house now, and they all came in. Yeah, it's an easy way to get that holiday scent without purchasing an expensive candle.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And then a little bit of, this is fresh nutmeg, so I've got a little nutmeg right here.
Does that make a difference, that being fresh versus the other, or?
I like it. I like a little dusting of nutmeg almost on anything, especially sauces I make in the holiday season. If you don't have that, don't sweat it. Just use whatever you have on hand. Whatever's cheapest at the store, whatever you can get your hand on. All right, then we mix that together, and then you know the drill.
Do you do a little bit at a time?
I do.
Okay.
Unless my kids are making it, and then we have flour go everywhere.
I remember certain things, right?
Right. Okay, so you know, for time's sake, and my audience is used to this, we just throw it all in so I don't have to like bore you guys with all the mixing. But you'll get this mixed up, and then what you're going to do is put them into balls and then roll them in sugar. That's one of the other keys.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And then oven at 350, bake them for about 8 minutes. So she wanted me to make sure and say, don't over bake these. You want your cookies chewy. You know,
so that's a tricky part because when you're in the oven like that, you think, oh no, they're still kind of mushy in the middle, but they set up and they get a lot harder.
They do. They will cook a little bit out of the oven. So what I like to do is just do this number, and I get all my kids to come in and help me because you've got to make all these little balls out of those cookies, roll them in some sugar, put them on the baking sheet, And they, like she said in the video, they make perfect gifts. They're delicious. Every time she makes them, people ask for the recipe.
And homemade with love.
Oh, they're
and from the
homemade.
heart.
They're delicious. They're chewy. Anybody that likes the flavor of ginger, I think, is just going to absolutely love these.
That's fantastic.
Do you have a favorite cookie, by the way?
I do not have a favorite cookie. I'm a big sugar cookie fan.
Oh, okay.
I know that. Yeah, big sugar cookie fan. I do love those.